What's going on, guys? It's your boy Outlaw with another CSGO gambling video. Today we're going to be taking a look at CSGOAtse, and before I get into it, I have an awesome bonus code for you guys to use. Go ahead and go over to affiliate and go over to use friends code over here. Go ahead and type in the code elite bonus. This is the best code that I've found around. It gives you a free couple of dollars on the site to play around with. You guys can get some free coins and gamble without having to risk anything. And yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go over every single feature that CSGOAtse has to offer. And I'm going to go ahead and deposit and show you guys exactly how it all works. Alright guys, so I just deposited about 15,000 coins, which is equivalent to about 15 bucks. And I'm going to go through every single game mode that CSGOAtse has to offer. We're going to look through the marketplace as well as look into some of the mega rounds and stuff like that. CSGOAtse has a bunch of different perks and things that is not a lot of other sites have. For instance, the mega round right here. If you click on it right here, basically once every 200, 300 rounds, a mega round will happen. And sometimes the multipliers of say roulette bets can be multiplied by 2 or 5 or even 10. So basically, say that you wanted to bet on green and it's a 14x. Well, if it's a mega round, it might be times 10 that amount. So it could be a multiplier of 140 if it hits that green. So you never know when it's going to happen, but if you bet here pretty often, then you might end up hitting a couple of them and you could get really lucky and get like a better multiplier in your bet. But we're going to start out with the roulette here. I'm just going to go small bets for almost every single one, and then if I have time, I'm going to bet the rest of my money if I have anything left. But I'm going to go ahead and go 250 on, let's go ahead and do the red side right here. As you guys can see, it even brings up a little panel on your left. You can also X out of it in case you don't want to see that. So I'm just going to X out of it because I think it takes up a little too much space. But basically, this is your generic roulette. You have red, black, and green. If you hit either one of the colors, then you get 2 times, and then if you hit the green, you get 14x. So as you guys can see, I just won 250 coins. We're gonna go ahead and do one more bet here. Let's go ahead and double that bet up and do 500, and let's go 500 on red. Something that I like to do on CSGOAtse is go a small amount on green and then a bigger amount on red. So for instance, let's clear and go 100. Okay, I didn't really have time to put that bet in, but what I would do is I would put like 100 coins on green and then say 500, 600 coins on red or black. That way, if it does have that small chance of hitting green, I can still profit from it. But yeah, we just lost that bet, but I'm gonna walk into the next game mode right here. The next game mode we have here is Crash. Now Crash is offered on a lot of different CSGO gambling sites. It's pretty much something that started here and has been super popular. Personally, I think it actually is very nerve-wracking, so I don't always like betting huge on it, but just to show you guys how it works, basically you choose the bet amount that you want and you can have an auto cash out. This number right here will go up and you never know when it's going to crash. You could risk it and try to go as high as 10x, 20x, 500x. You never know when it's going to stop. It could stop at 1.01, could stop at 25,000. But basically it's your call based on how long you want to wait. Some people like to just write it out and do it manually. Other people like to use this auto cash out feature. So for example, I'm gonna go ahead and put my auto cash out to 2x. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this bet right here and X out of this little screen right here. But if the multiplier gets to 2x, it'll auto cash me out. So right there, it just crashed at 1.0, but I'm still gonna bet one more on Crash. Basically, the auto cash out is just a multiplier that you have automatically set, so you don't have to physically click the cash out button. But as you guys will see, for example, I'm gonna go to 1.2 right here, and I just clicked cash out, which means, as you guys can see on the side right here, I cashed out at 1.25 and got 62 coins. So you don't necessarily have to wait until your auto cash out. For example, you could put it at 100, and I'll go ahead and go in this game again. Obviously, I don't really think that this is going to go to 100, so I'm going to pick what I think the best time to cash out would be. So you never really know when it's going to crash, so it's kind of a risky game you're playing here, but you can choose your multiplier, and basically it's just about luck. So I'm going to go ahead and cash out at about 2 right there. I just cashed out at 2.1, got 275 coins, and if I had waited this out, I could have gotten 3x, I could have gotten 3.5x, but it's all based on whether or not you think it's going to hit that high. It's completely probably fair, so you never really know exactly what it's going to be. But yeah, that's pretty much Crash. Pretty basic overall. Not my favorite game, but I know that there's a lot of people who are super into it. Some people have like really complex strategies that they like to use, but me personally, I don't really have one. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into the next game mode. So the next game mode here is 21. It's basically blackjack, they just call it something else. But for example, if you guys don't know how blackjack works, the goal is to get as close as 21 as you can without going over, and it's a card game. So I'm gonna go ahead and go 500 and play right here. So as you guys can see, the dealer has a 5 and a card that's not shown to me. I have a 17, which is fairly close to 21, but I don't know what the dealer has. And the way it works is that if the dealer has below 17, they will keep drawing cards until they get either 17 or they bust, and that's when they'll stay. As for you, you have as many options as you want. A double down is when you basically double up your bet and get one card. You can't draw another card after that. So what a lot of people like to do is, if they have, say, a 10 or an 11, they will double down in hopes of getting a 10 or a jack, queen, or king, because that would give them a 21 and they'd have a really good chance of winning. But a hit is when they give you another card, and stand is just to keep the cards that you have. So I'm gonna go ahead and stand here because I have 17. The dealer got a 20, so unfortunately I lost, but I'll go ahead and play one more. I'll go ahead and do another 500. As you guys can see, I just got a 20, which is really good. So I'm gonna stand, and I won because the dealer only had 18. So basically the goal is to get as close as 21 as you can without going over. And one of the strats that I like to use is, for example, let's go another, actually let's keep doing 500 here. Let's go another 500, and as you guys can see, the dealer only has a 5. Now, what I like to do is I like to assume that the card under it can be a 10 or a face card. So the likelihood of that being the case is fairly likely. So if I have a card over here that is above whatever number they have, so say that I have, so I have 13, right? And since the dealer has a 5, if they had a face card and, say, another card, they'd have a better chance of winning because they have a higher number. But for me, I have a lower chance because I only have a 13. If this 5 was, say, like a 2, then maybe I would stand, because I know that if they get a 10 and then another 10, they would bust, and they're basically being forced to draw another card. So I'm trying to play my odds as best I can. So for this one, I'm gonna hit, and as you can see, luckily we got a 20, so I'll stand here. And unfortunately, the dealer got the luckiest draw possible and got all the way to a 21. So I'm gonna go ahead and double up my bet right here and try to make up what we just lost. So I got a 6 or 16. An ace can be either a 1 or an 11. Since the dealer only got a 4, but I do have an ace, I'm just gonna hit again and see if I can get lucky. I did get a 16, so I'll stand here, and the dealer got a 19. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I'm gonna go about 2,000 to see if we can make anything back, but otherwise this is just gonna be my last bet. I'm gonna hit on this one. I'm gonna have 20 here. I'll stand, and the dealer got 17, so we won. So I just made up all that money right there. And yeah, let's get into the next game mode. Alright, so the next game mode is Minesweeper. Basically, if you guys are unfamiliar with the Minesweeper game, this is slightly different, but basically, you can choose the amount of bombs that you want. So you want 1, 3, 5, or 24, and there's a grid of 25 right here. Basically, the way it works is that you want to click on the squares that don't have a bomb. You don't know which ones do and which ones don't. So say you want 3 bombs, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a small bet of 100 here. So let's X out of this real quick, and the goal is to not hit any bombs, and the more spaces that you click on that are empty of bombs, the higher your reward will be. So let's go ahead and start filling some out here. Let's click on this one. There we go. So we just got 9 coins there, and we got another couple of coins there. So now, as you guys can see, our total stack rises as we click more, because there's only 3 bombs in here, but each time I click on a clear one, the likelihood of a bomb being in one of these squares is much higher. So you get better rewards as you keep on going. So let's go here, and here, and here. So we almost doubled our money, so let's go ahead and cash out right there. And we just won that game, so we won a little over, or a little under 100. We won like 99 coins. But something that I like to do is going on 1 and trying to get all the way to get every single one besides 1. So as you guys can see, it's a super low reward here, because the odds of you actually getting the bomb are super low. So I'm gonna go ahead and click through some of these and try to see if I can avoid the bomb. And as you can see, I almost filled out over half of this already. And as I keep going up, the chances of me hitting a bomb keep getting higher. Let's see. and that's a lot. That's almost 6 times my money. So I'm gonna go ahead and cash out. The bomb was right there, so I actually was gonna click on that one next, but we got lucky and we actually managed to avoid the bomb for, I think, what is that, 25 minus 3, 22. So we clicked on 22 different places without hitting the bomb, so that's pretty good. But I'm gonna go and get into the next game mode because this one's pretty straightforward. Basically, you choose the amount of bombs, choose the amount you want to bet, you can play. You can either play it safe or super risky. It's completely up to you. I think it's pretty fun, but it does get old after a while. So let's get into the next game mode. So this is the next game mode. Basically, it's like a dice, and it'll roll either a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. You can choose to bet on the low, which is 1 to 3, or the high, 4 to 6, with a multiplier of 1.8. Or you can bet on an individual number, whether it's 1 through 5 or 1 through 6 rather. And this will just roll 1 through 6. It's a really straightforward game, and I don't really play it that much because I don't think it's super fun. But basically, just to give you an example, let's go 100 and go on 1. It'll roll the dice, and it rolled on 2, so we lost. But let's go ahead and go on 1. Maybe we can win one of these eventually. Go ahead and keep on rolling on this 1. Surely we can hit it at some point. I'll just keep going on it, and hopefully we can hit one eventually. That's a 3. We'll go one more after this one if we don't hit it. 2, and last one, we'll go on the 1, and okay, we didn't hit it. But my point is that this is a very, very bland game, but it is kind of available if you guys want to try to use a martingale strategy or something like that. You can also bet on these other multipliers. So let's go like 500 on low, so like 1 to 3, and it landed 1. Okay, so we didn't bet on 1 that time, but we did win. We got a 1.8 multiplier on that one. This is a pretty straightforward game, just a dice game. Very simple. You can choose 1 through 6 for a multiplier, or you can choose low or high. But let's get into the next game mode. So this is the jackpot game mode, which personally I find really fun because you're actually going against other players. Basically what you do is you deposit any amount of coins that you want, and this wheel will spin based on other players depositing. So as you guys can see, this guy with a 43% chance won this jackpot. He won 8,000 coins with that jackpot. Some other people are putting some coins in. I'm gonna go ahead and put in about 2,000 myself. So I'm gonna join the jackpot with 2,000 coins. And as you guys can see, I'll have a little area. What color am I? I'm the blue color. So I have a 21% chance at winning this because the amount that I bet, or I have a 17% chance because the amount that I bet is equivalent to 17% of the total pot. So that's how I get my odds. And unfortunately, we are not going to win this one. The guy with the biggest percentage actually ended up winning. But something I like doing on jackpot is betting really, really small and trying to get a small percentage chance to win. But I'm not going to do that for this video because it can get pretty grindy. I'm going to put another 2,000 in, and hopefully we can try to snag one of these pots. This guy put in a lot, and he has 50% chance of winning. We only have a 19% chance of winning, but this will be my last bet for jackpot. I just want to show you guys exactly how it works. Basically, the amount that you put in is equivalent to the amount that you will get out, or the percentage chance that you'll have to win, rather. And usually the person with the highest percentage ends up winning, but that's not always the case. I think it's really fun because you get to play against other people, and you can try and snipe pots. Like, for instance, you know what, let's just go in one more. Let's put in 3,000. So I just put in 3,000 at the end. A lot of people join this pot, so this is a 24,000 coin pot. I have only a small chance to win this at 12.5%. There's a ton of different people in this, but hopefully we might be able to snag it, and unfortunately not. This guy with 8% chance just won. So as you guys can see, you don't necessarily have to have the biggest percentage to win, but if you do, you just have a bigger chance to win. So I'm gonna go ahead and join one more just because I think it's really fun to play. Let's go 2771 to cap off our balance at 6,000 coins right here. And after this, I'll show you the last game mode. But as you guys can see, we're only a 10% chance to win this. A lot of people started going into these pots, so I guess it is getting pretty popular. Maybe we can try and steal one of these if we're really lucky, but unfortunately not. This guy with a 7% chance just won. So as you guys can see, you don't even need to really have a lot. This is actually, there's 3 different pots. I should probably show this as well. There's also a low pot and a mid pot. So let me see if I can go ahead and join one of these. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's down or something like that because I'm not able to click on it, but we can just go ahead and keep on watching this no limit pot. So if you guys don't already have an idea for jackpot, they do have some support tips as well in their FAQ. So if you're a little bit confused as to how it works, if I didn't really explain it well, you can still look it up. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get into match betting, which is the last game mode on CSGOAtse. Alright, so this is the match betting slide of CSGOAtse. As you can see, the logo changed a little bit. It is now blue because this is a new feature that they added. Basically, the way that it works is you can bet on different esports games, and I think even sometimes sports games, but due to the coronavirus right now, there's not a lot of stuff going on right now. So I know that a lot of people are betting on esports because that's a very kind of high action, high contention thing to be betting on right now, and personally I really like it as well. So to show you guys how it works, basically you have an area over here where you can click on which sport that you want to bet on. For me, I'm a CSGO bettor, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on CSGO. And as you guys can see, Friday the 20th of March, this is when I'm recording the video, and these are some of the matches that are going on. We have Dignitas versus Cloud9, Astralis versus ENCE, and some other games that are for some lower tier teams. But for me, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how it works. I think Cloud9 is gonna win this matchup, so I'm gonna click on Cloud9, and this is a simple bet, so you can have a combo or a simple. This one's just gonna be a simple bet, so I'm gonna put 500 coins on Cloud9 at 2.05 odds, and as you guys can see, this is the amount that I'm placing. I don't know why it's $4.99. I meant to do 500, and so I have 500 coins. My multiplier is 2.05, and the outcome of the match, if I win, would be 1,025 coins. So that's basically to give you an idea of the kind of multiplier that you can get. So I'm not going to place this bet quite yet. I'm actually going to add this to a combo, and this matchup, Astralis versus ENCE, I don't really think that these odds are reflective. I think ENCE has a little bit of a better shot than 5.76. I think this is actually very undervalued. So I'm going to go ahead and click on ENCE, and as you guys can see, with just the ENCE matchup, I can get 5.76 multiplier, but if I add it to my combo becomes an 11.81. So if Cloud9 win and ENCE win, then I get an 11.81 multiplier. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 500 coins on this 11.8 multiplier. As you can see, okay, the odds changed a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and confirm that. And there you go. So I just placed my bet. I can go ahead and go over to the my bets side as well, and as you guys can see, it says this is my combo ID just in case that I ever need to contact support. I have ENCE over Astralis and Cloud9 over Dignitas. If I win, I get an 11x multiplier, and to win 5,760 coins. It's currently in progress, and this is when I placed it. So I can always report it if something went wrong. You can also look at the stats and other kinds of things. But yeah, guys, that's the last game mode of CSGOAtse, which is the sports betting. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I have a current Dragon Lore giveaway going on right now. So if you guys are interested, make sure to leave your Steam trade link. Also, be sure to check out the other videos that I made on CSGO Empire and Hellcase. I have some other awesome bonus codes for you guys to use on that site, or on those sites. For Hellcase, it's 100 bonus, and for CSGO Empire, it is big leagues. I'll have those all in the description below, as well as the other links to the videos that I made about them. All these are great sites, but I think CSGOAtse falls a little bit short, so be sure to check out those other ones as well. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.